Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the Timex Waterbury GMT. Start with the wrist check. Since I'm reviewing a Timex, I decided to wear my Timex Ironman, and Greg was wearing my Timex Expedition chronograph. I asked Grogu how Princess Leia's run for Chancellor of the New Republic was going. He said it wasn't going very well. Former Chancellor Valerum has promised bigger cartons of Blue Bantha ice cream for the same price if he's elected. I said, how can they do that? He said they will inject the ice cream with a gas that increases the volume. I said, that's stupid. What kind of gas? He said, air apparent. All right, let's take a look at the watch. At least, unlike the last two Timexes I reviewed, the box is kind of normal and not huge. So when I sell this, I can just pay normal shipping price and not the outrageous prices of those huge boxes. So maybe this one will sell a little bit easier. But there it is. It's a nice looking watch. I like it. This is the 5th Timex on my channel. You would think due to their price and popularity, I would have more on my channel, but instead I have focused on the AliExpress homage watches as I find them easier to sell at a minimal loss since I still have to sell my watches. I took a pretty big loss selling the last two Timexes I reviewed, but I still think Timex is an important brand. And now that I have ad revenue and AliExpress affiliate commission, I might start reviewing more. This is, of course, a collar or office GMT watch, meaning you set the GMT hand independently instead of a traveler's GMT where you set the hour hand independently. Unlike most office GMT watches where you set the GMT hand with the crown in the date position, this one has a pusher to move the GMT hand. This Timex Waterbury GMT has a more of a retro style as the bezel insert colors are more flat and the hands and markers have a tint of Fotina. I chose the Pepsi bezel with the gold two-tone. If you don't want any gold, you can get the Pepsi and just steel, and you'll notice the strap is much lighter, and you can actually see the second hand. If Pepsi and Fotina isn't your thing, there's a Coke with a black strap and white hands and markers. If you don't want colors, there's a black and gray bezel, but this one too has that infuriatingly invisible dark green second hand. The watch is 40 millimeters if you measure at the bezel, but the bezel overhangs the 39 millimeter case. It's 46.6 millimeters lug to lug, and it's 12.7 millimeters thick, has a 20 millimeter lug width, and weighs 64 grams on the supplied leather strap. The bezel is a 60-click unidirectional with an aluminum insert. The clicks are good. They're solid clicks, no back play. I wish it would have been a 48 click, which would have been more appropriate for a GMT watch. Plus, I wish it would have been bidirectional, which would have been more appropriate too. Because unidirectional that's a diver watch thing. So your bezel doesn't get knocked out of place and make you think you have more time than you have. So it's a safety thing and not needed on the GMT watch. And then we have the dial. The dial is a flat blue with no sunburst effect. It's a very dark blue, so it almost looks black. Then you have the Timex name up top. And then on the bottom, you see what looks like it says WOW, but that's not WOW. That's the old Waterbury Watch Company logo. This is a tribute to the Waterbury Watch Company, and that's their logo. It looks like it says WOW. And then it says the Waterbury GMT. And then we have the hands. And then we have a chapter ring with minute markers. And then we have the fence post, hour and minute hand. And then we have the GMT hand. And then we have this second hand. I really don't like this second hand. It's a dark green. And it's really hard to see on the dark blue background. And there's no lollipop or anything to make it stand out. And the counterbalance is the Waterbury logo, but you can't hardly tell. So yeah, really disappointed with the second hand. I think other colorways have a second hand, as you saw in my montage, that isn't dark green. So you might want to choose one of those. But it's too late for me now. And then we have a date at the 3, and there's no border or cyclops. Then we have a sign push-pull crown, and this is the two-tone, so it's got a gold tone to it. And it claims 100 meters of water resistance, even though it's not a screw down. But with a leather strap, are you going to really take this in the pool? Of course, this has quick release, so you can change it easy enough. And when you pull the crown, the GMT hand goes to 12, or I should say 24, and when it's pulled out like this, you can actually synchronize it, but it's already synchronized, so I'm not going to move it. Then this pusher, this is what sets the GMT hand. You just press it and it moves it a half hour. Of course, it only moves in one direction, but that's pretty common for collar GMTs. And you can hold it down though, so you don't have to keep pushing. And also, one thing I wanted to show you too, let me get this out of the way, is when you put it in date set mode, the date will turn in both directions, which is unusual. Then we have a flat mineral glass crystal. Timex really hasn't jumped on the sapphire bandwagon, so you're going to get glass in just about anything you buy from them. Then we have the case. The case is really nice. We get brushed on the sides. It's solid stainless steel. And the lugs are brushed too. And it looks like it's polished on the bottoms, although there's not much bottom to see. But yeah, they did a good job with the case. It's about the perfect shape and size. And then the case back, we have a press-on case back. And I don't know why they claim 100 meters with a press-on. I've never seen a watch claiming 100 meters without a screw down. But once again, are you really going to take this in the pool? But it's a nice looking case back. It says watchmaker established 1854. Then it says stainless steel. Then it says the Waterbury collection. Then M304, I don't know if that's the movement. Then WR 100 meters, once again, 100 meters. I really don't know how they can get 100 meters with a press on, but I don't have the equipment to test it. And then it has this pretty nice looking map of the world, and designed and engineered by Timex. Once again, I don't know if that's the movement M304, but I showed you how the GMT works, and I showed you that it has quick set date in both directions. And it's hard to tell if the second hand is hitting the marks or not, because you can barely see it. So I guess that's one cure for the second hand OCD, is you make the second hand so hard to see that nobody cares if it misses the marks or not. Then the leather strap has quick release, and this is a 20 millimeter, so you can change it easy enough. It's a pretty soft leather, and you don't really need a break-in period. Of course, I don't know how long it's going to last you then. Of course, if you wanted to make it last longer, you could get a deployment class for it, which is what I would probably do if I was going to keep it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the buckle, but just taking watch on and off with a buckle and a leather strap, you're just going to eventually wear it out. But if you get a deployment clasp, this leather strap should last you as long as the watch. Here, let me see how big of a clasp you need. Looks like you need an 18 millimeter. So an 18 millimeter deployment clasp, you can get those on AliExpress really cheap. I'm kind of surprised though. You would think with the gold two-tone that they would have went with a gold buckle, but they didn't. Then we have the two keepers, one fixed, one floating. And once again, it says genuine leather. So this is leather, and it's really nice. And once again, you have quick release. Here's the watch on my 7.5-inch wrist. I think it looks nice. Wears nice. It's light, it's comfortable. And it looks like I have 3 notches going out though. So 8 1/4 is probably the best you're gonna do without getting a new strap. But plenty of notches going in, so you should be able to wear this with a small wrist, no problem. And here's the watch on a lighter tan leather strap, just to see what it would look like if you get the other strap option. I kind of prefer it on the darker one. Here we are in the Lume room. Usually a Timex Quartz will have Indiglo, which lights up the watch with the push of the crown, so nobody cares if the Lume is any good. But this one doesn't have Indiglo, so let's go ahead and test the Lume. As we speed up the time, we see the glow is C3 with the hands being much better than the indices. The GMT hand is Lume, but the second hand is not. The markers fade quickly and are about gone already. The hands are much better, but not great. This Lume is decent, but nothing to brag about. What do I like about this watch? Well, it's a very nice looking watch, and it wears really nice too. Has a good case. Having a pusher to set the GMT hand makes setting the GMT hand really easy. It has nice bezel action. Has a quick set date that goes in both directions. And comes with a quick release leather strap. What are my gripes and groans? Green second hand is really hard to see on this navy blue background. If they would have just gave it a Lume lollipop or something. It has a press-on case back despite claiming 100 meters water resistance. Why not include a screw down? The bezel is a unidirectional 60 click, which is a dive style bezel, not a GMT style bezel. And this is a Timex. Where's the Indiglo? Do I recommend this watch? Yes. Despite the practically invisible second hand, I think this watch looks nice and has some class. It has a good retro vibe, and I have enjoyed wearing it. Now let's see what happens when I try to sell it. Well, thank you for watching my review of the Timex Waterbury GMT, and I will be back with an unboxing. I just got something from AliExpress. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel, and I do not have a Timex affiliate link. But I will leave a link anyway for your convenience. Bye.